I'm Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling, and I want to talk to you today about getting business credit. Business credit is not the same as personal credit, and it's awesome. All right, first thing you need to know about business credit is if you have a bad credit score, like a 400 or 500 credit score on your own, you're probably not getting business credit. It doesn't work that way. You can't go, hey, I suck over here, I'm going to do better over here. The bank has figured it out already. They know that you're not paying your bills, and it doesn't matter. If you watch my last video on how credit scores are actually calculated, it'll be very interesting to watch how this works. So if you remember, we had 165.5 points for credit, for a percentage of credit. So if you remember how this works, we have 165 points per percentage of credit, which means that if you have 0 to 0.9% of your available credit, let's say it's $10,000. So for example, if you were using only $999 of your $10,000, your number will be 165. And the number will keep going up. For example, if it's 5,000, if you owe 5,000 of the 10,000, this number will be cut in half. So a couple of ways that you could build that number real quick. Number one, you could get this number built by paying off the 5,000, or think about this. If you have 5,000, you need that 5,000 to be less than this, so you need to get $50,000 worth of credit, and then that 5,000 will be about 10%. That's another way to get it. Another way to build this number back up. So the way to build the number back up is get as much credit as you want. If you watched my last video, you know I have over $1 million worth of available credit. So I could charge $100,000 before it affects my credit. That's pretty good. All right, well, let's talk about business credit and why business credit is so good. Business credit says that if I have a credit card in an LLC, for example, right? So you have to open an LLC. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You have to open an LLC. If I have a business card in my LLC's name, it doesn't count towards this number. So I could owe $500,000 on credit cards in my LLC, owe nothing in my personal name, and my number is 165. This is the key to how you build more credit. Because as long as your number is 165, guess what? They're going to keep giving you business credit. Let's talk about how to get business credit and some really great ideas on how to get business credit. All right. I'm going to start, first of all, with something that I know we all have, which is a car. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open your LLC, right? You open your LLC, you can either do it with your attorney, your accountant, or you can do it online, you can do a rocket lawyer. I don't care. Just open an LLC. You can do it yourself, by the way. It's really not hard. You just do it online. You open your LLC. Now, your LLC is now going to own your debt. Watch. Most of us have a car, right? And with that car, we have a car loan. Don't put the car loan in your name. Don't put the car in your name. Put the car in the name of your LLC. What this does for you is it starts to build business credit in your LLC. Now, if you already bought a car last month, there's nothing you could do. You didn't do it. But next time you buy a car, you know to do this. Hey, you also want to open up some trade lines like Home Depot. Home Depot will give you a card. If your card credit is good, they'll give you a card in your LLC, no problem. Open it up immediately. You also want to go to Dun & Bradstreet. So I don't know if you know this, but Dun & Bradstreet, you want to get what's called a DUNS number. Okay, does it matter? It doesn't matter much. But if you get a DUNS number, and you can go to Dun & Bradstreet, dnb.com, register your LLC with them, and they will give you what's called a DUNS number. Now, the DUNS number, a lot of people build it up, but I will tell you, do it anyway. It's not as great as people say it is, but do it anyway, because what happens is Dun & Bradstreet, will keep a record of some of your credit lines. Not all of them, but some of them. So now when somebody goes to check your credit, your LLC credit, they're going to check to see if you have a DUNS number, and they're going to check to see what credit lines you have on there. And assuming that you're doing well, they're going to let you get more credit. So these are things you want to put in your LLC. You want to put all your credit in your LLC. You want to get as many credit cards as you can. You want to get American Express, which is very easy to get in your LLC as well. You might want to get frequent flyer miles cards in your LLC, because now obviously you're going to be able to travel. So these are all things you want to put in your LLC. Now, the big question people ask me is, how long do I have to have my LLC open before they're going to give you credit cards? I did this as an experiment. I opened up an LLC, and 15 minutes after I got the EIN number, I applied for an American Express card and I got a $4,000 limit. So I hope that answered your question. Build all the credit you can in your business. It makes so much more sense for so many reasons. Not just the fact that it protects your credit cards. It not only does it protect you from your credit cards, but it also protects you from your credit score. Look, I'm Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. I hope you enjoyed it.